Hello everyone. Today I am starting to vlog. In this vlog you will hear all the ideas that I've had for this channel, all the things that I'd like to do, things that I've found out, and things that I have found absolutely amazing from a couple of books I've been listening to. If that sounds of interest to you, stick around. First of all, I want to tell you about two books I've been listening to that I think for women of my age, with my sort of brain, that sort of quirky brain, and I have to say that most women of my age have a quirky brain, whether they decide that they've got ADHD or what, but we all suffer to one degree or another of procrastination, of losing things, of all sorts of things associated with the symptoms of ADHD. Well, I came across, I can't remember where, but I've often heard of Mel Robbins, and I thought she was married to the other chap, Robbins, the motivational speaker. But apparently not. They just share the same career and the surname. I started listening to a sample of Let Them by Mel Robbins, and I think it's actually transformational. I purchased it on Audible because I listen to books. I no longer have enough concentration to actually read them, so I downloaded it. And what is nice about that book is that Mel Robbins reads her own books. So you get the real person talking about the real things that she wants to put across to you. Let Them was such an amazing concept, so simple and yet so effective. It was 10 hours long. You would think, well, just say let them, and that's it. But she goes on to explain how it works, the neuropsychological ways of it working, and how it can be used in so many different settings, like with your children, with your parents, for instance, in everyday life. At times, it was hilarious. I was walking around doing the weekly shop in Tesco, actually, and she said something that actually made me burst out laughing, and I'm quite sure people thought I was a complete nutter. But there you go. It was fabulous, absolutely fabulous. And for women who have gone through trauma, who have had a childhood that was less than perfect, like myself, or relationships that have damaged them and they have yet to move on, unlike me, thank goodness, then this book is absolutely invaluable. I would urge everyone to go to Audible and listen to that book. It really is, I think, probably life-changing. From that book, I went straight on to a book by Mel called The 5-Minute Rule. And in that, she described how she was when she made this rule up. She was in a pretty bad place. She'd been watching a rocket take off, and where they count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then the rocket launches. She has put this 5-minute rule into her life. And in that book, which is 7 hours or so long, she tells how it has affected all those people that have started to use it. I myself have actually started using it too. When I want to do something, I usually think about it. And I think, oh, that would be a good idea. And then my self-doubt kicks in and I start talking myself out of it, which apparently is very common. If you use the 5-second countdown, some people actually only use 3 seconds. I use the 5. At the point when you've reached 1, then you have to act. You have to move. You have to do something. And it doesn't work the other way around, because obviously you can go up to 5 and then you could do 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, or even up to 100, by which time you've probably talked yourself out of it in your head 100 times over. I woke up 2 nights ago and I knew I had a UTI. You know, if you suffer with them, then you just know when the symptoms are starting. You just know, and you think, oh my goodness, here we go again. I did have some antibiotics downstairs in my cabinet, and I was lying there listening to this book, and Mel Robbins was saying 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, then you have to act. And I thought, yes, if I lie here any longer, I won't act. I won't bother getting up to go and get the antibiotics. By the morning, the bacteria infection that I have currently will have doubled, quadrupled, and got so much worse, when I could just do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and get out of bed. Do you know what I did? I went downstairs, I took the antibiotics, and I stayed up for the rest of the night because I couldn't go back to sleep again. But I have been putting it into action all over the place, like tidying up my desk. Now that doesn't seem a lot, but often I'll walk in here and I'll think, yes, I must do that, because it's not downstairs where I do my 5-minute clean up in the morning on my dining room table, where I generally dump everything. It's upstairs in this study. So I thought, yes, I'll try it here. So I did the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I did. I just tidied up my desk and I was really pleased. So if you are a procrastinator like me, I think there's lots of us about, then I urge you to get that book on Audible, because it is rather lovely listening to Mel. It feels like you are in a coffee shop and she is just sitting there chatting to you. And she is absolutely hilarious. She really is. She has got her own story for everything. She hasn't had an easy life up until she started to get her act together. And she is an inspirational person. I never knew about her. Well, yes, I knew about her, but I never realized how good she was and how she can implement simple, easy strategies that will undoubtedly improve your life. They are already substantially improving mine. I do love a productivity hack, and goodness knows the 5-second rule is definitely a productivity hack, as well as everything else. Absolutely. The other thing that I've been thinking this week is how difficult it is for new YouTubers. You know, my channel, I am so grateful, it's growing, but I am very mindful of all those channels out there, the small channels with fewer than 2,000 subscribers, when it takes a long time to get monetized. And you keep on plodding on. It can be it is very disheartening when you see your channel stalling, maybe at 1,700 subscribers. Now that's a lot, you know, if you've got a small channel. and you've only got, say, 50 or 100 or 200 or whatever, when you've stalled, then it's difficult not to think, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with my channel? And I have to say, there's not a lot that people have wrong with their channel, especially at our age. We have a lot to offer, a lot to offer. We've got life experience. Some channels have beautiful cinematography, all that sort of stuff. It just slays me how they're not doing well. It really does. Mind blown. I don't know. And then you see somebody else's channel and they've got 20 or 30 or thousand subscribers and you think, I don't know, there's something going on here. So I want to do something about that, because unless they get seen, they won't get seen. They won't grow as quickly as it would be lovely to see them grow. And because I'm growing now, I want to share that. I want to lift them up with me. And I know that I have lovely subscribers. And if I could just show you what these other channels are doing, perhaps you could go over to their channel and have a look. It might not come up in your feed otherwise, but if you go and have a look, if all of you went and had a look, then YouTube would take notice and they think, oh, yes, well, that channel's getting a lot of visits. That would be a lovely thing to do, wouldn't it? I have been thinking that once I've learned how to do an interview side by side on the script, that I would invite various small channels to come and chat, like our virtual coffee house. We could sit there, minus the coffee, or we could even bring our own. I know that Tracy in the Wild West, Life in the Wild West, she always has a coffee in the morning. And it's lovely to see. She drinks it out of the same mug now these days, her Create mug. And she's such an interesting person. She would be fabulous to have a cup of coffee with. She's very interesting. As would Linda T70, as would the lady that lives in France and takes me on a walk every so often when she makes a video. I love looking at those sort of videos where people are going out. I don't like travelling. So when I get the chance to see another country, that somebody has taken the time to video when they've gone out, I love it. They don't need to say much. I just love looking around, I suppose. I'm nosy. That sort of thing. I would love to chat to them. I love art channels. I love watching what they're doing, what they have to say, because, I'm an artist and I love doing that. There are so many people, men, women out there struggling to grow their channel just at the whim of the algorithm. I don't know what causes some channels to grow quickly. Some channels got monetized in 5 weeks or even fewer. But that's not the norm. And when you listen to that, when you see those videos, you think, I don't know. But I want to be one of those channels that does good recklessly. I want to do good recklessly. I saw that particular saying on a piece of art on Chase Hughes's channel, and I thought, that is one of my core values. And I'm sure you'll support me in doing this. That would be lovely, wouldn't it? Plus, it gets you to see a lot of other channels that you may not have found. That has to be a good thing. When I first started YouTube, I had my iMac and I had my MacBook. And as I continued to make these videos, well, in the beginning, I used to delete the videos after I'd uploaded them. And then I watched a video of a man who had his YouTube account hacked. And they stole all of his videos. That they were gone, and he hadn't backed them up. Which is terrible. He had a lot of subscribers. YouTube took down his account because he had been hacked. And what do you do if that happens? So at that point, I thought it was really important to save my videos. Now, I wasn't saving them onto a hard drive, so they stayed in iMovie. I never actually appreciated, gosh, how much space in your memory a video takes. And the other night, before I uploaded the last video, I was having terrible problems with iMovie. It kept crashing, it kept freezing, and I kept getting a message saying, your storage is almost full. Well, eventually it did finish. I did manage to do it, but it did take me hours and hours. Well, yesterday I took my iMac to the computer hospital, as it were, to have more memory installed. And the man says it's going to take 2 to 3 days. Currently I'm sitting here with my MacBook on a little pedestal. Actually, it's on a little stool in my study, and I'm using that. I've also got him to reformat an external hard disk so that I will be able to store all of my videos on there and keep them safe manually, because I can't seem to faff around with Time Machine and all the rest of it. I did have one of those hard drives, but it never backed up, so I'm writing that off as a bad job. I can't wait to get that iMac back because I do like working on it. There's not so much room on the desktop when I'm using this smaller computer laptop thing. So that was a bit annoying. I'm also in the middle of recording me painting 3 pieces of art. I want to show you the process. And whilst I'm actually enjoying doing it, I need to do it in the best light. And things have been conspiring against me for doing just that. Therefore, tomorrow is going to be painting day, unless I get this little video finished and I can go out into my studio and carry on. It took me an entire day to set up all the stuff on my art table so that I could actually film it. I have got a DJI Osmo 3, and I purchased that because I thought, well, I purchased it because it was a shiny object and I fancied it. But that said, I still purchased it because I thought, well, that would be good for this channel. I got the creator bundle with the little, wireless mic, and it's very good. And I've watched numerous videos, but I couldn't retain the information that I needed. So it sat in my drawer for ages, unused. Well, it had been used once, but I still haven't got the card out and downloaded it onto a computer. I think I'll do that once the Mac is here, because I think it's going to have a lot of stuff on it that I've managed to film, especially with these pieces of art, and it's going to take up a lot of memory, so I need to do that. But when I started to set up this area on my table, I didn't know how I was going to actually film it. I wanted something overhead. I wanted something from the side. And yes, I wanted two forms of the video so that I could interchange them and be a bit arty, which is a bit silly really, isn't it? I just made it more complicated for myself. Having said that, they are underway. I have made them so that they're simple. You know, if I can do it, you can do it. And I will put all the information about how I've done it in the description underneath each of the videos, including the colours that I've used, because I really do want you to be able to replicate what I'm doing. This morning, Jo Wildsmith and I filmed the second part of her tutorial on how to do print on demand. We started at 10 and we finished at 10 to 1. I don't know how the time goes, but aside of the giggling, and there was a lot, which you'll edit out, we are doing the second one, and I have some homework to do. She managed to film me opening the Canva account, and now I have to, before next week, make 5 things to upload. So I've got my homework cut out. I've got 2 ideas in my head, and then I'm just going to have to work on the rest. So when she's uploaded it, I will put that at the end of my video on a link that you can click on. It really is quite satisfying to think that I might be able to sit and watch television and faff around on this little laptop here, make something, save it as a file, and then upload it to Redbubble. And once I've done that, that's it, job done. It means that each time somebody clicks on one of those things on my little shop, the number 1 ladies club, obviously original, I will be getting paid a little bit of money. That is pleasing. I know they charge percentage until you've got to a certain tier, but, you know, having a little bit of money is better than having no money at all. The other thing that I thought I might do is, when I first started YouTube and I first started using iMovie as my app of choice to edit my videos, I still obviously use that. I have watched a video by Alexa Saranoia, and she has got a fabulous video on how to use CapCut, so I may well give that a go. I really do think that it's up to us creators to keep learning, to keep improving our channel. So what I thought I might do is I might, when my Mac is back, share my screen, because I know how to do that, and show you how I edit a short video with all my ums and ahs and so's that I try to delete. and then I put it into Descript and remove all the word gaps and all the so's, and then upload it to YouTube. It will be at my speed. So those of you who are slow people averse, then you won't want to watch it. But if you've got a YouTube channel and you've only just started and you have Apple, and maybe you edit it on your phone, it might give you an insight into what I do. For example, you know that little black screen, my end screen that I've got at the end of my videos with a little bit of Bach at the end as well? Well, I used to always import that, clip it, so on and so forth to fit the size. Now what I do is I click on it, on both of them, the end screen and the little piece of music, which is by now clipped to the right size, and I copy and paste it into a new iMovie document, and then I'll just leave it there. I can't tell you how much time that has saved me. Just that thing. I thought, why didn't I do that ages ago? But I didn't. I didn't even think about it. But the last few videos I have. And it has really been a time saver. So things like that you might find handy to watch. And if you do, leave me a comment, because I really want to help. I really want us all to grow, not just me. You know, there are so many. Actually, I listened to a podcast today and they were saying how many channels that are on YouTube that never get to monetization. Well, then why not? Maybe they just need a little bit of help. I do think it's up to people with more subscribers on their channel to give them a hand by mentioning them, by showing other people what's out there, what they're missing. You know, us ladies of a certain age, we're a determined lot. We get the bit between our teeth and we don't let go. And when we're on a mission, I mean, you've only got to look at those waspy women, obviously, which I'm one of that group, but I haven't been on a protest. I haven't beleaguered my local MP or anything like that. But there are women that do. They've taken on that cause and they've run with it. Well, I want to help small YouTubers. You know, I just really want to help. I really want them all to succeed. It's not like somebody else will succeed and then I won't. Everybody's going to run away. We can all succeed. It's the entire world, for goodness sake. We can all succeed. Not at the expense of somebody else either. When we are lifted, we're all lifted. I had a comment from Anna Saccone Jolie. It was lovely. I had two actually, and she's got, I think, well over 1 million subscribers. I told my granddaughter about it. I didn't know at that point how many subscribers she had. And she went loopy. She has followed Anna Saccone Jolie since she was about 13 and now she's 26. She said that she is YouTube royalty. Obviously, I won't be, promoting her channel because she really doesn't need a little sprout like me promoting her channel. But one day I might be like that. Well, several years. But what you have to remember is that she's been doing it for, I think, probably more than 10 years. That's a lot of time. Plus, she works so hard at her channel. She and her husband do a lot of videos, and that takes a lot of energy. I don't have that amount of energy. I think a lot of people of our age don't have that much energy to put into a YouTube channel. But we do have some. If it's 2 videos a week, 3 videos a week, we can do this. And as Mel Robbins says, if you're doubting yourself, then use the 5-second rule. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then get up and move. Get up, go to your computer and create a channel. Otherwise you'll never know whether you would have been successful. You're not avoiding failure, because by not doing anything, that's a failure. Give it a go. There are so many women with so much to say, so much to share, so much wisdom. We don't get to our age without getting wiser. Why not share it? And yes, it's not as easy as it sounds. And you will have to learn new things. But think about it this way. Whilst your brain is active, why not use it for something good? Why not use it, and by using it, improve it, to perhaps add to your income? You've just got to give it a go, if you've a mind to. And if you have been, thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.